I'm still an ignorant person. And yet I understand how I cannot be an ignorant person. I've had enough learning and enough experience to feel that there's no limit to the experience and learning that can be done. I actually perceive human beings, why we're picked out by the Buddha and other great masters, as special targets for the liberating teaching, because we are learning machines. What is the brain for? The brain is a magnificent learning machine. Its job is learning. And because we've reached it, we personally got here, evolving from much lesser brain beings. And also, in a way, more brained. Certain gods have more brains, but they don't use them, because they just have million-year jacuzzis and things, you know. They're just like, they'll just be there forever. They don't think about it. They're not vulnerable like us, you know. They're not into this sensitivity sphere like we are. And so personally, I'm so grateful to the Dharma and to the Buddha Dharma and to India, the great country that Buddha chose, the mother country, I think, of all human cultures. In a way, I personally see that on this planet. Immensely grateful to them all for their having an education system that is really useful to human beings. You know, I sometimes tell people, just to a little tease them, you know, Western people, when they ask, how come you got interested in Buddhism? I said that growing up in New York and speaking English, I was seeking a sensible alphabet. Because A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you're just, you know, told to memorize it, and that's a great organization of letters. And it's completely disorganized and chaotic and pointless, actually. Linguistics was invented by Russians and Germans when they discovered Sanskrit and Panini and a sensible alphabet, and the vowels kept separate and so forth. And so I'm just so grateful for that. And I've learned enough from it to be sure I can learn a lot more. And not only that, but I have future lives to keep learning. And I think I can get in this life by the kindness of my teachers, the kindness of the tradition, to where I will not have to regress from the human level. And I can be a better human. And I can be in a better circumstance, if not on this planet, on another planet. There's millions, from the Buddhist point of view, from ancient time. They predicted the presence of billions of human planets. You do not like Carl Sagan out there sending out the Beatles recording. Oh, is there someone out there? Here we go. There's billions of people, and they can move by mind, actually, like that, fast enough to stop the train from blowing up in the tunnel, actually. Mind was instantaneous, not the speed of light, beyond the speed of light. Thought is. And mind. So that's what I feel personally, and I look forward to continuing learning. I'm having a great time learning here with all you non-duality people. I really like that. And the scientists, you know, but I've, in my eldest age, having taught for almost 50 years in the Western Academy, and being a graduate of Harvard, and teaching at Columbia, I'm very intent upon, and I realized that from the beginning I felt that way. I sort of hid it from myself to be part of this machine, but I felt that our education system is deficient and defective and irresponsible, as our culture is. And it has to be challenged now. And our scientists are irresponsible. You know, they invent something that can destroy all life, and they have to publish it because, you know, that's just, you have to. If I don't, someone else will. There's no notion of ethical self-restraint, you know, about, like, you know, hydrogen bombs and germ warfares and God knows what, you know. And so that's not correct, you know. That's why I was so happy speaking to Jerome Romersel earlier. And I said, is there room for both of, you know, rebirth? I didn't say reincarnation. That's a highfalutin mystical word. I say rebirth, which is like a biological word, and which karma is biology. And therefore, is there room in exploring the information of taking responsibility for shaping the information? Not necessarily consciousness absolutely being a creator and joining with God and creating and indulging in some naive theistic thing that we're born with and then brainwashed to, that there's a separate being that's absolute, that controls the relative, and we're somehow controlled by that. We're very addicted to that kind of psychotic idea in our culture. And so it was India, I'm sorry to say. So not that, but responsibility of ourselves being co-creating with others the universe and co-shaping it. And therefore taking responsibility. Our decision will have these and these consequences, and not just being careless. being truly mindful. There's a wonderful verse that I end with, and I know you have another thing coming, from the Samadhi Raja Sutra, the Sutra of the King of Samadhis. And it says, who understands cause and effect, causality, karma, process of causality, realizes emptiness automatically, because for the cause there is the effect, it cannot be an absolute cause. The effect to be there, it cannot be an absolute effect. It's relative. It's empty of intrinsic reality. So by understanding causality, you understand relativity, by understanding relativity, you understand emptiness. And by understanding emptiness, you become extremely attentive to the most minute details of things.